So with that, I will stop the video and I'll be sharing it with you. So why I was taking this video? Can someone, before we start the entire structure of the presentation, can someone give me kind of a hint with whatever the knowledge you all have right now before this presentation, before we complete the session? What I mean, the qualities or what the skills you can gain from that particular video. I mean, it might be correct, it might be wrong, perfectly okay. Can someone, only one person, can someone give me one input you gathered from this video? I mean, what you think just by looking at the video, what you think you should improve to, I mean, take your skills up into a different level. Can someone tell me? Can someone come up with one idea? Chanaka Jayasurya, is it okay if I ask you? I usually take names which is appearing in this. Yes, Chanaka. Chanaka, what do you think? Chanaka, what do you think? So,
facial expressions. He's good in eye contacts as well as facial expressions.
Okay, superb.
Creating humor, playing, attracting audience.
Okay, superb, superb, superb. Yes, that is one of the major points. Now, see, we'll be discussing all these points anyway, but that is one of the major points. He was trying to create the humor. He was trying to keep the eye contact with the audience, and at the same time, he was giving space for people to respond. Whatever he's saying.
Sorry, Mr. Mahesh, sorry to you, Mr. Mahesh.
Yes, we can hear you.
Mr. Mahesh, sorry to interrupt, but from my side, the video is just started again. The Bill Gates video just started again randomly.
Okay, who is this, my dear? Is this, what's your good name? What's your good name?
Aditi.
Aditi. Aditi might be a, yeah, Aditi might be a data issue. Okay, perfectly okay. Don't worry, be comfortable, right? What I will do, I'll be sharing this video with you. I'll be sharing this video. So just because of signal issue, you might not be able to hear. You would have not heard it properly. Perfectly okay. I'll be sharing this video. So in this video, we were talking about, in this video, there are certain things we could we can get in our presentation skills to improve our skills to do the presentation. So that is what we were talking about. Keeping pauses, keep giving spaces for people to respond, and keeping eye contact, bring humor into the presentation, and interactivity with the audience, and some more. When you really look at this 6 minutes video, you will learn some more. You will learn some more. Don't think that I got this video just because he's the Bill Gates. No, not because of that. If you really study the video of, if you can download the video of Sangakkara ICC address. Okay, one of the best presentation I have ever seen from a Sri Lankan personality, right? So he's a cricket legend, and he was addressing it for 1 hour. Finally, ended up in a standing ovation, right? So which is one of the best presentation. So like that, we see so many presentations. We see so many people, those who are doing good presentations. Yeah, you all can take these, I mean, skills into your level, into you, and develop your skills. So these are the areas what we need to look at. So let's move forward. Let's move forward slowly. Public speaking and the presentation is one of the crucial in your life. Okay, so public speaking and the presentation skills. If you are strong in these public speaking and the presentation skills, you can do wonders in your life. Reason, because most of the business decisions are now taken based on the successful presentation. If you really look at most of the business presentation, if you are to communicate one of your idea to a client, right? And now, Tuan Safran, you are from which company, Tuan? Tuan Safran, you are from which company? Tuan Safran?
I am from Expo Lanka Transport.
Okay, you are from Expo Lanka Transport. Are you into marketing? Are you into sales, or which segment?
I'm into fleet management.
You are into fleet management. Obviously, you might be doing presentations for your top management, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in that case, okay. So what if something goes wrong in your presentation? Okay, your datas are there in your presentation, but if you are not in a position to present it well, and if those datas are limited only for the slides or only for the document what you have prepared, what will happen, Tuan? What do you
It will
think?
be disastrous.
Good word anyway, right? It will be a disaster. It will be a disaster because this slide is only one area. What we are, I mean, most of the people what we have seen, they are trying to depend on the slides, which is completely wrong. Remember, I mean, if you really want to know, okay, if you are a good presenter, if you are a good speaker, if you are especially a public speaker, that is one of the highest paid job in the world. Okay, that is one of the highest paid job in the world. So, and it is highly demanded skill now in the corporate sector. So you got to make sure you master in it, immaterial to the segment you are in the organization. Some might say, "Ayyo, presentation skills ඕන වෙන්නේ sales කරන කට්ටියනේ, presentation skills ඕන වෙන්නේ marketing කරන කට්ටියනේ." No, that's completely a myth. Presentation skills, the public speaking skills, okay, so needed in each and every silo in the organization. Let's say you are coming up with you may be the production manager sometimes, you may be the IT manager, you may be the HR manager, you may be the finance manager. You name whatever the silos in the organization. So you are communicating with your, I mean, top management and the layers below you. So how do you communicate? How do you convince them? Do you think you just convince them by sending a mail sometimes? No. If it is a successful decision, if you really look at, go back to your memories, and think, okay, you do your production plan. You do your sales plan, you do your marketing plan, you do your HR budget, you do your, I mean, what you call the research plan. Whatever the things you do your finance plan and you present it to the board of directors or the company CEOs or company owners. So you can't just send it by a mail and get it confirmed. Very unlikely, very unlikely. So that is where you got to be mastered in this skill. So, I mean, there are different ways we look in the presentation. So when you do a presentation, ladies and gentlemen, remember, I'm really sorry the size of the text is there. You got to make sure you win the heart and the mind both of the audience. You need to make sure that you win the heart and the mind. Our people try to win the mind without winning the heart of the audience. So being a successful presenter, if you try to be more and more successful in the presentation, in whatever the presentation, so you got to connect both heart and mind. Otherwise, it will be a bit of a challenging for you to win the win this game. So you need to make sure, because it's kind of a psychological approach sometimes you are taking. It's kind of a psychological approach sometimes you are taking, because connecting, getting into the mindset, getting into the heart set, capturing the mind share, capturing the heart share for your presentation is not easy. That does not mean 100% in the audience are okay with your presentation. You can't find that way. But your objective, your intention should be to get the majority. To get the majority. Because if you should not limit to the smaller portion of the entire audience. And it is very difficult to get the 100% of the audience. It is very difficult. But your intention at least should be able to get more than 90%. This is where the success we measured in. This is the benchmark we keep in a good presentation. So you got to prepare yourself in many dimensions to do it. You can't do it sometimes overnight, and you can't say he's having a born talent in doing the presentation. No, this is something what you can develop and improve. This is something what you can, the practice and improve in you. So if I go back to my good old days in 1990s, let's say as example, the 1994, by the time I leave my school, I was not in a position to talk in front of anyone. I was not in a position to talk. I was not in a position. I was shivering when I was going in front of an audience. Right? I can remember When I was addressing the very first time in the school assembly, that was in somewhere 1989, 90, somewhere there. That was one of the toughest job I have ever done in my school. Right, worse than I think the toughest exam I have done in my school. No, why? Why? The reason because we are not prepared to do it. We have not done our homework. We have not done our skill improvement of that. But today I'm addressing even the local, even the international, even 1,000, 2,000 audience, right? Without any concern, without any issue. So it is a talent. If I was in a position to improve this, coming from a very average background, I know for sure anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. So that is why, right, I said, okay, this is a skill where you can practice and develop, where you can train yourself and develop. So do it, then you will be able to do wonders in your life. And when you talk about developing, you need to focus on two areas. අපේ කට්ටිය වරද්ද ගන්න තැන තමයි මෙන්න මෙතන. Okay, අපේ කට්ටිය වරද්ද ගන්න තැන in this, even in certain academics we have seen. Okay, so if you are to be successful in this presentation, you as a successful presenter, okay, so you got to focus on two areas. One is the person you who is seated here. Your personality, your mindset, your physical dimensions, your physics, your physical energy, what you have. You being a man or a woman, okay, girl or a boy, your internal chemistry, you should be able to manage it. You should be able to manage your internal chemistry. Your body language, your tonality, your voice balancing, voice modulation, your breathing technique. Every day, every minute we are breathing, right? So have you ever thought that, okay, the breathing is influencing the presentation skills? I will take you all through the slides and I will show you all how the diaphragm of your body is supporting to take the huge amount of air intake into the body and give you the comfort to do the presentation. So your physical, you being a man or a woman or a girl or a boy, that part you got to build. That part you got to build. We'll be discussing anyway those areas. And the other one, the structure. And the other area is the structure, what you do. Because most of the people think, okay, just having a nice looking slides in your presentation do wonders. No. They come up with nice looking animations, nice looking images, nice looking videos, and do nice looking design and spend sometimes millions to do presentations. If it is a foreign, let's say, I mean, you're planning to do a presentation to the foreign party, foreign investor, and you highly worried about it. So in that case, you sometimes even spend huge amount and get it done. It's only one area. It's only one area. So the combination of the man and the structure, both will deliver the successful presentation. If you are focusing only on one, you're completely wrong. You're completely wrong. So both you can learn and develop. Both you can practice and develop. If someone goes and asks either Dezoisa, Castle today and asks others, how the presenters la ipadunada kiyaliwala. You can't. You can't. It's not a born talent. It's not a born talent. It's a talent where you can practice and improve. This is a skill where you can practice and improve. So focus on this. So these, I mean, the entire 2.5 to 3 hours, we'll be focusing on these two segments. First segment, how you build yourself to become a successful presenter. The second segment, how you manage the other elements, which is not in you, but what you utilize to make it happen. So these are the two segments what we are going to talk about. So we'll move forward.